God got me, we about to blow. Yeah, do it for the love, I don't do it for show. Way, way up, I can't come down. With my city on my back, I ain't holding back, I don't care if you.
So, we're at the fucking gym right now, obviously Iron Energy. And if you guys don't know, okay, today not only am I going to be walking you through my competing history and why I'm going to be getting back into it, etc., but I'm going to be walking you guys through the stand that we're having at Iron Energy right now. So Bonnie Henry put out a mandate walking down gyms, and we are obviously throwing up a big middle finger to that because we just don't fucking stand for it. It's ridiculous, the fact that you can go to a mall and stand shoulder to shoulder with motherfuckers and order a burger and eat foods that are only going to damage your health. It's ridiculous that kids in Maple Ridge near Vancouver under the ages of 18 can train. It's ridiculous that you could be in a sports team and train, but the general public can't. All right, we're not standing for it. It's fucking ridiculous. So I'm going to walk you through a lot today. Let's get it popping. So we're going to be doing an upper body push day today. So as you guys know, the coach is Don, and he's got me doing a completely new fucking program. Training up for what we're going to be doing in the future, and while we're training, I'm going to walk you guys through some shit today. Dude, it feels good to be training in a regular gym again. So guys, I've been training in Anytime Fitness in Cochrane, Alberta for a while now. And Rashawn has done a couple shots for me. Braden's done a couple shots for me, but I'm usually in Kelowna for like maybe 2 weeks at a time. And then we're back in Alberta for a couple months. So being back in like a real gym is what I like to call it, because fuck Anytime Fitness, I hate it. Being back in a real gym, is just way better, dude. Like the way the equipment flows. And this isn't even just me talking about the equipment this way because it's my gym. Like any gym like this, when we went to Dragon Slayer in Vegas, anything that's a little bit bigger, known for bodybuilders showing up to it, it just feels so much better than working with the equipment at Anytime, bro. It drives me crazy.
About to sing some Giving Out?
What?
You about to sing some Giving Out?
I can't sing it, but I can dance to it. There's nothing wrong, dude. I can dance my ass off, my man. I might be 5'6", and I might be white, but I can outdance that motherfucking ass, okay? I don't play. So we got 4 sets of bench now. Warmed it up. And now we're just gonna hit a pressing movement right now. We'll see what I can actually end up doing. I usually don't actually bench, and it's because of the fact that like I don't like using the fucking pins, and I only ever train with Julia. That's like the one thing. So like being only able to train with Julia, I usually don't ever go heavy because I know I'm gonna end up injuring myself. So we'll see how I can do this. We'll see how it fucking goes today. So guys, when it comes down to the Instagram right now, as you guys know, we're standing the good fight. Like I told you at the very beginning of the vlog, we're not supposed to be open right now. All right, they tried to shut us down. They've hit us with letters telling us they were gonna fine us, telling us that they were going to close our doors, a bunch of stuff, okay? We had 2 news teams come out yesterday. We had Global BC and we had Kelowna Now come do interviews. And I just wanted to show you guys the engagement we're getting. So like for myself, I have 120,000 followers and I don't even get this level of engagement. This one video got over 25,000 views alone. It got 1,000 shares, 334 comments, 47 saves. This one, it's just a sign. Literally just showing you that we're open. 4,600 likes itself, 3,200 shares, 561 comments, 89 saves. We posted this one an hour ago, and it already has 1,200 likes, 507 shares, 213 comments. This support is mental, all right? Not only in British Columbia, but all over Canada, and it's because everybody is sick of this crap. And like, even though we don't know what's gonna come about it, like we're gonna get fined, we're gonna have a bunch of things happen, we're just willing to stand up and take that risk because like something needs to be fucking said. If hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of people are standing up for something, there's obviously something wrong. Like we had one story where we literally put up a poll and it was a question, do you support us in this stance? We had over 1,287 people say yes and only 30 say no. Obviously something's wrong here and it needs to be fucking addressed, and that's why we're open and that's why we're training right now.
God got me, we about to blow. Yeah, do it for the love, I don't do it for show. Way, way up, I can't come down. With my city on my back, I ain't holding back. I don't care if you're watching. I don't care if you.
I'll give you guys a little bit of an update. When it comes to competing, I've actually done 3 shows. And a lot of people don't know because I don't talk about it that much. So to bring you guys back before I tell you my future plans, fitness was actually the thing that ended up saving my life. When I was an iron worker, I was addicted to Percocets. I was eating anywhere from 4 to 7 a day. on a continuous basis while working, while climbing steel, while standing buildings like this actually. Like doing the steel beams, the purlings across the top, drinking every single day till I was blackout till like 3 a.m. And there was like a certain point where my friend recorded me while I was super hammered and he played it back to me the next day. All right, and every time I tell this story, I cringe a little bit. Like it's like a weird feeling because I remember he's like, yo, you gotta hear yourself. Like you were out of hand. I'm like, man, I was good, but I didn't remember anything. And he showed me the video, and after he showed me the video, it was something that like shifted something internally in me, being like what the fuck, man? Like I was disgusted with myself. I hated myself. I hated that I didn't have control of what was coming out of my mouth and like how I was acting. So a shift happened. So I started to like slowly implement fitness. I actually hired Joseph Rakic, for any of you guys who don't know who know or don't know who that is. And he had like this simple app, and I started to like follow meal plans and workouts and everything first. And that was the first ever coach I had. Which kind of got me into fitness and helped me like start to begin the journey towards like cutting out alcohol and cutting out drugs while I was still an ironworker.
Thought I was gonna have to drop the camera for a spot.
Yeah, I literally was like, I was fucking pushing as hard as I could on that one. Dude, I literally was like thinking about that in my head. I was like, if he drops the camera and comes and spots me, he's gonna talk some shit. I was like, it's not gonna be good. I was like, and then all y'all are gonna talk some shit, and that ain't happening. So now we have low to high cable flies. Super excited for these ones. It's like my favorite exercise ever. I don't know if you guys can understand the sarcasm that's in my fucking voice. But I hate this exercise. But Don switched it up on me. He changed some things around. My chest is honestly one of my weakest points in my body, so we gotta build it up before I step on stage again.
I'm getting into it, I had to commit to it. Don't take me out the game if I'm injured and I'm hurt. Just know I'ma limp through it and not just get through it, I'ma win through it. Political, how to
To give you a little bit of a breakdown, after I was training with Joseph for probably around like 6 months, it wasn't anything in depth either, right? Like it was an app that he had. And in the app, you had your meal plans, your substitution lists, your workouts, everything like that. I wish I fucking still had screenshots, but it's like, no, so long ago, like 2015. I trained with him for around like 6 months, and my coworkers, okay, his name is Mitch Harvey, and Dylan Doucette, I think this is how I pronounce his last name. My coworkers ironworking were like, dude, why don't you get like a more in-depth coach? Like you're always going to the gym. And my boy Mitch referred me to Brian, and this is actually how we met. So I met Brian because Mitch's girlfriend's brother was training under Brian for his first ever fitness competition. So I contacted him when I was in Sparwood, British Columbia, told him I wanted a fitness coach. After a very quick conversation, he convinced me to do a show for my first time, even though I told him I didn't want to. And he sold me on being a fitness competitor, and we started training for my first ever fitness competition with Fitness Model Comps. It was a brand new federation that was trying to start up in Canada. So I did like a 6-month prep towards that show. It was good. So, I met Brian, got on the phone, he sold me to compete, fuck my life, to prep for my first fitness competition. So we got into prep. I had no idea what I was getting into as an iron worker. And like right away, fucking got engulfed in the entire aura of competing in general. Like fucking chicken and rice and broccoli every single day, like 3 times a day, while I was fucking operating as an iron worker. So like I'm talking about, I've got like my little plate of broccoli up in a lift, driving like this big massive boom lift, just eating my broccoli, my fucking rice, and my mustard because I wasn't allowed anything else. Did that for 4 months of us doing that, and I actually found like a couple of my first ever posing videos that I'm gonna throw up on the screen for you guys, of me and Brian posing in his like apartment gym complex thing. It's fucking horrible. Like those are the worst videos ever. Shaved head, no fucking tattoos. But we did that for around like 4 months, just grind mode. I think I was sleeping like 4, maybe 5 hours a night, because I'd wake up at around 5:30, 6 a.m., get my breakfast, get everything ready for the day, head to work. We started work at like 6:45, 7 a.m. We'd work for 10 to 12 hours. I'd get off work. I was still boxing at the time, so I'd get off work, I would then go to boxing right afterwards. I'd do an hour and a half to 2 hours of boxing at Southpaw Boxing Club in Calgary. Then I would be done boxing. I wouldn't even shower. I'd go straight to the gym. As soon as I got to the gym, I'd rinse my head off so I wasn't super sweaty because boxing is disgusting. And then I would train for around an hour and a half. Then I would practice posing. I'd throw a couple of old videos of me posing up on the screen as well. And then I would go home, and during that time, I was like learning more about fitness and trying to understand what Brian actually did, because I was still an ironworker at the time and it was fucking like ruthless, no sleep ever, just full on fucking grind mode at all times. When it came down to what we were doing on a daily basis, like as you guys know now, we run PT Domination. We help personal trainers scale and grow their businesses. And the reason why I'm so headstrong and like no excuses and like find the fucking time was because of that first and second show, which I'm gonna tell you guys in a minute. Because again, like when I say I was sleeping like 4 to 5 hours a night, 5 hours a night tops, I literally mean that. Again, waking up at like around 5 to 6 a.m. so I could get to work for 7, 10 to 12 hour days, box for 2 hours. Okay, I did boxing for around 5 years off and on, and then straight to the gym. And then after my second show is when I was learning about fitness even more to become a trainer. And it was literally mental. Like that's why I always preach the no excuses thing, because if you make it a priority, you're gonna be able to find the fucking time. You just need to make it a priority. It's like the same thing with people like texting you back. You ever heard that fucking breakdown, bro? Where people are like, oh, like I didn't see it, or like, oh, I was busy. Homie, it takes 30 seconds to send a text back. If somebody wants to text you back, they fucking will. All right? You gotta learn how to like look through the excuses and not allow yourself to come up with justifications for why you can't achieve something in your life, because like there's always an excuse. There's always a reason not to. There's always a justification on why you can't do something. Hence like, oh, I can't go to the gym because technically the gyms are closed. Well, we're fucking open, so get off your fucking ass and get over here. You know what I mean? Like straight up. So transition. So we did my first show. All right, we trained. It was around a 4-month prep. And when I was going into the show, like, guys, like when I say I was bad at posing, like it's a fucking understatement. Again, look at this video one more time. Absolutely horrible. Okay, and like Rashawn had just checked it out. He was like, oh, it's not bad. I am super brutal on myself because I'm brutal on every other competitor. Like horrible posing because it's just so fucking important. So no joke, every single day, me and Brian got together and we drilled it and we drilled it and we drilled it and we drilled it. And we knew I wasn't gonna be the biggest guy going into the show. We knew I wasn't going to be like the most intimidating up there, but we just looked at conditioning and posing. That was literally our main focus. So went into the first show, and again, super small at Federation, brand new. Ended up taking first in overalls in the fucking show itself. They had multiple different classes. They had like an ink class, a underwear model class, and then a fitness model class. And it was about like basically, it's like a model competition. So that was super cool. All right, took first in overalls. It kind of gave me a taste of what the competing life was like. And then they actually said that they were going to launch another one, all right, the second ever fitness model comps. If I'm not mistaken, it was 6 months after that. So Brian and myself talked, and obviously, all right, classic fucking fitness competitor. After my first show, I'm like, okay, I want to become a fitness coach. Instantly, right away. And then Brian's like, no, too fucking bad. He's like, you win your next show and we'll talk. I was like, all right, bet. I'm like, sounds fucking good, man. So we went into a 6-month bulk, and between that time, that was like the little bit of a transition in my career where I decided to actually quit fucking working up north because I got an opportunity. I mean, working as an iron worker because I got an opportunity to become a personal trainer up north. When I say like I was working 10 to 12 hours days as an iron worker, guys, we were working outside regardless of the fucking weather conditions. Like it needed to be horrible for us to shut it down. I didn't even mention that. Me and Rashawn were just talking about it, but like in the winter, you're working anywhere from like minus 15 to fucking minus 30 degree weather. And like when you're working on steel, it does something different to you. 55 feet in the air, 60 feet in the air, in minus 20, minus 15, minus 30, it's fucking horrible. All right, either in the summer plus 20 or in the winter minus 20, and then go do my workouts, then go do my fucking training. So it was a fucking spectacle, to say the least. So we trained for 6 months between my first and my second show. And in that time, which was super cool, Brian got me to start documenting everything because obviously I expressed interest in becoming a fitness coach like everybody and their fucking dog once they win a fitness competition. Hashtag, yeah, I know, get off my ass. So as we were facing the next one, he's like, I want you to start documenting everything. Show everything that you're doing. So I started to show my meal prep. I started to post my workouts. I started to pose. I started to take those awkward fucking gym change room selfies that you guys all fucking do. I know Rashawn does as well. We all do it, all guys, right? 100%. But the cool thing happened is people started to like really take notice of it. And because I started doing that, I actually got a call from one of my buddies, Wyatt. And he was actually working up in, if I'm not mistaken, it was Fort Mac, but the camp's name was Sermon. And I met Wyatt because when I was an iron worker, we did a hitch up in fucking Fort Mac for, I think it was around 6 months. And we helped one of our sister companies out on building all the buildings. Well, I met the personal trainers that were in the gyms there. And he called me and he's like, yo, we have a position opening up as a personal trainer. And I see that you're into fitness all the time. When you were up here, you were training every single fucking day. Like, do you want a job? Like, would you be interested in that? I'm like, dude, fucking rights, I would 100%. So in between my first and second show, I ended up transitioning from being an iron worker to being a personal trainer in the gym up north. And that kind of gave me my first leg towards being like a full-time personal trainer. And it gave me like a little bit of insight on what it was like to be like a personal trainer in the actual fucking gym. Lateral raises right now, I can either do dumbbell or I can do machine. Usually I would do dumbbell, but the fact that again, we're training in iron energy right now, I like to utilize this machine for my fucking side delts. I like to utilize this one for my rear delts. So we're gonna be doing a little bit of a superset right now. I'm not supposed to superset it, but I do because I know that really when it comes down to like my weak points, my chest is one of them and my rear delts are the same. So if I don't keep up with my rear delts through any prep, through me trying to build, etc., the rest of my deltoid really takes over, especially my front. That's why I do not train them at all. I literally never train my front delts, period. Because if I do, they get very, very fucking prominent in my fucking upper area and they end up taking over my chest and everything across the board. So we're doing a little bit of superset right now.
Shot, but that's like pulling up half court to shoot while the rim moving. But I sink it anyway, why? Cause I've been proven. You could tell who chosen and who do it for influence. The baddest and been fluent.
Filming my feet? Is that what you're getting right now?
I was not. But now I gotta make
Like this the whole fucking time? Fuck me, bro.
Now I'm gonna have to put emphasis on it.
Too short for fucking everything. It'll literally, this is like a 45-minute workout of just me being on my tippy toes doing everything the whole fucking time. Break down the timeline for you. So, started to become a personal trainer. Brian started to teach me a little bit, but through the transition of obviously quitting ironworking and going up north to be a PT in the gym, that's when the second show ended up happening. So I stepped on stage for the second time with FMC Fitness Model Comps, and again took first place in overalls in that show as well. So right off the bat, I fell in love with fitness in general, fell in love with competing. It was something that I wasn't like excited about, I was obsessed with it. It was literally like everything I thought about. It was the thing that helped me change my life on such a deeper level, because whatever the fucking timeline was 10 months beforehand, I was an iron worker who was addicted to Percocets and drinking every day. And then 10 months later, I have 2 first place trophies, 2 overall trophies. I'm dating the woman of my dreams, which we actually started dating the day or the hour after I won my fucking first show. So it just kind of like engulfed me in the fucking industry. It gave me like a completely new different passion. But it also backed Brian into a wall, because at the time he was running Aesthetic Nation with just himself and our friends Taj and Josie. And when he told me, okay, well, if you win your next show, I'll teach you how to be a personal trainer, I literally took that to heart. So I grinded my ass off to win that second show. And when I won that second show, I came to him right afterwards and was like, hey, you told me you'd make me a fucking trainer, bro, let's fucking go. So I just gave him no other room in order to teach me, in order to show me his ways. And everything just started to skyrocket from there, all right away. As soon as he gave me that opportunity, as soon as he's like, hey, you're an Aesthetic Nation trainer, I only lasted 3 months in my in-person personal training job until I quit with 1 online client and took everything online. And the reason why I did that is because the in-person job was just trash. I was flying up north every 2 weeks, okay? I was there for 14 days on, 7 days off. I was getting paid like $3,000 a month. They weren't covering my flights, they weren't covering anything. So yeah, after 3 months of doing in-person training, I quit my fucking job, went full-time online with 1 client, and within a month I was making anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 a month sporadically until I started to scale up. Oh, I can barely even lift this fucking shit right now. It's fucking mental, my arms are literally dying right now. I'm fucking exhausted. Like a lot of my mindset towards nowadays, because when I started to compete or started to prep to compete in my Thunder Bay show, the CPA show, it gave me a completely different fire, because it was like an opportunity to go back home as a person that I to show that I was like changed as an individual, if that makes sense to you guys. Because when I grew up in Thunder Bay, again, all we ever focused on was drinking and doing drugs. Like, I'm talking about, we would wake up at like 9 a.m., start drinking and doing drugs until fucking 1 a.m., go to sleep and do it again. And that was like a regular thing for us. I actually laugh because I relate to Trailer Park Boys, the stupid show, so much, because I literally used to be that motherfucker who was like, yo, say we only got enough money for some like pepperoni sticks and beef jerky and a bottle of fucking rum, like let's get it popping, and then we'd go and do that shit. So it makes me laugh. But the third show, the Thunder Bay show, gave me the opportunity to like rectify that. It gave me the opportunity to go back in front of all the people that I knew growing up as a completely changed individual. And I feel like that's why after 2 months of being like super down on myself, of like, I didn't like the way that I was bulking, the fire to cut was just like that much more fucking crazy. I can't wait to drop these hats either. Funny story about these. So guys, I have no idea how to read Roman numerals at all. So when I got these ones on the fucking hat, I literally just fucking went, I looked at the fucking date. So the date is, if I'm not mistaken, it's February 24th, 2020. And the reason why it's that date is because that was the day that I started Amarok Aesthetics, the day that I got back my logo, which is the wolf logo. But the reason why it's so funny with the Roman numerals is I literally just went into Google, I took the date and I literally typed it in and I said the date in Roman numerals. I took it, I put on the hats, and I ordered all of them. My dad was like, yo, do you not know how to read this shit? I'm like, nah. He's like, what if you fucked up the date? And I was like, then I would have been a fucking idiot and it would have meant nothing. But I'm super, super excited for them. All right, they finally got to the house in Cochrane. I just got to get back there and get everything set up. But the reason why, all right, I'm super excited for them is because I'm able to finally like push my logo out there and get the wolf out. And a lot of people don't know this, but the reason why my wolf is set up the way that it is, and the reason why the left eye is scarred, is because my left eye is like 3/4 blind. Because when I was 6 years old, a piece of glass broke out of a screen door with candy glass and sliced my fucking left eye. And it's actually, I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the camera, but my pupil is all fucked up. It's like not actually circle, and it doesn't dilate properly because of that. I've got like a lens in there. So when I got my logo made, my wolf logo, because that's all my branding on my Instagram, the wolf, the wolf, the wolf, I actually sent them my face and I was like, I want a wolf logo made off my face. So everything's actually made off the dimensions of fucking my face and everything like that. So I was super excited to drop it. Hashtag Amarok mentality, get everybody wrecking the fucking wolves in here. We're gonna get into the gym. It's gonna be fucking lit. So when we started prepping for the Thunder Bay show, after around 2 months of lean bulking and me like enjoying my physique, but also being in my head, like really putting myself down, not liking the way that I looked, etc., we went into a cut phase. Now, when we went into the cut phase, we had, if I was not mistaken, we originally thought we had 24 weeks. So we started our cut, we started cracking down on it. And at first we did have 24 weeks. That's what the show date was and everything. But when we started doing it, I honestly don't remember if COVID was even a thing back then, because it was around the end of 2018, beginning of 2019. But for some reason they moved it up. So I lost 4 weeks of my prep. So we were in full grind mode. I already booked my tickets. I had already fucking committed to it. We were doing around 30 minutes to 45 minutes of posing a day, fully engulfed in the show, like living 100% prep life. And then yeah, bing, 4 weeks gone off the prep. So instantly you're presented with an opportunity. Do you drop out because you're probably not gonna look your best? Or do you grind your fucking ass off and show up the best you can possibly be? And that's literally just my mindset. I was like, well, I'm not gonna drop out now. I already told my friends to show up. I had a couple people that booked tickets already. So we just committed to it. And even though we lost 4 weeks of the fucking prep, Ryan and myself just went in full on grind mode. So when I say full on grind mode, I mean like I was doing 2 hours and 10 minutes of cardio a day. If I'm not mistaken, we were eating around like 1,600 to 1,700 calories a day. And my body was just like holding on to everything. It was the most grueling experience of my entire fucking life. But everything ended up working out in the end because when we got there, saw all the fucking competition, there were some larger guys, but we went into the same mentality we did the first and second show. I'm not gonna be the biggest, all right? I'm not gonna be the most intense up there, but I promise you my conditioning is going to be the best. and my posing is going to be the best. Conditioning wasn't the best because we lost 4 weeks of the fucking prep, but my posing was next level, literally fucking next level. So we went up there and we fucking busted our ass. I posed my fucking ass off, displayed my physique the best I could, and I ended up taking first place in overalls in men's physique for my Thunder Bay show as well. Now there wasn't an insane amount of competitors because again, they cut 4 weeks of the show off and a lot of people did drop out, but I think I ended up beating 8 other guys for that first place in overall trophy. So it was a good fucking feeling to be able to go back to my hometown where I used to be only doing drugs, where I used to only be drinking, where I used to be considered a fucking loser or wasn't going anywhere in life. And coming back as a successful entrepreneur who was starting his business and pushing through to take that first place in overall trophy, it meant the absolute fucking world to me because again, it was just like a shift in my reality and a shift in my identity. All right guys, so we're doing a overhead tricep press. So I've maneuvered a couple of the workouts around. I want to do a little bit of biceps today. I just wanted to get a little bit of a pump in. And I'm also going to be doing a cable rope extension. I'm going to be overloading the tricep with this movement first before I do the actual rope extensions itself, okay? It's actually one of my favorite machines and it's very humbling. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to do this weight, we'll see. But it's like very surprising. It's only 75 pounds, feels like it's 400. Oh. Yeah, literally feels like it's fucking 400 pounds, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
You don't got this at any time?
What's up?
You don't have this at any time?
No, dude. You know what we got? I was gonna talk some shit about something in here. All the equipment in here is better than fucking Anytime, bro. Anytime's just got those stupid fucking dip machines. Like, it's got like a version of this.
Oh, yeah.
But it's fucking trash. Garbage, bro.
Yeah.
Literally garbage. I hate them all. I fucking hate you, Anytime. I'm just kidding. You guys have been fucking good to me.
Lawsuit coming.
Yeah. I'm super excited though. So moving here, February 15th is our possession date. Super fucking excited. I literally cannot wait. And not only because we get to be in Kelowna and we get to be surrounded with our friends, I get to film with the fucking beautiful guy behind the camera right now that's always making me look good. It's always making the videos look great more often, but I get to be here, all right? And I get to train with my friends. I get to train in an environment that pushes me because for the last, like, dude, I can't even like remember how long, all right? Since Brian's moved to Kelowna, I've trained by myself unless I'm here, unless I'm like with you guys, because I can train with Julia, but it's like she doesn't push me, all right? Like she's not the person to be standing over top of me, like yelling at me to do that next rep, pushing me to failure, fucking like pushing the movement down, lifting me up just like a little bit. She's just not that person, and she said it. That's why I'm allowed to say that on the fucking camera right now. She's literally been like, motherfucker, I'm not that person. Okay, so stop asking me to. So the fact that I'm able to come here, like it's just, I know it's gonna take my physique and it's gonna take my training to the next fucking level. And I'm just extremely fucking excited for it. So guys, I just got a little bit of an update. I wanted to update you on the gym. So today we opened up punch passes for the actual gym itself. Again, we did close 100% to all non-members, but we opened up the gym because we wanted to fight back against these stupid mandates. Well, today, because we want to give everybody the opportunity to support the gym and we want to help people in the long run, we opened it up to punch passes only, and I just heard that everything's super busy right now, so I wanted to go check it out. I'm gonna ask people if they're okay with being on camera first before I bring Rasham. That's perfect. So as you guys can see from right here, we got more people wanting to come down and support the gym. People wanting to come down and work out during all this bullshit with the mandates and everything happening in British Columbia. So I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all coming down and shit like that. This is lit. I'm super excited. We got a bunch of people standing up. The Instagram is exploding. People are coming down to support. People are sharing out the Instagram, sharing out the logo, sharing out the name across the country. And it's super cool. Super fucking cool. I'm amped up. I wanted to show you this. So yesterday, again, standing up to BC, etc. We got Haley to make us a bunch of signs. Show them which signs, Haley. Come on. So we got a bunch of these. We got her to write a bunch. So it's Free BC, Mental Health Matters. There was another one, was there not?
Gyms are essential.
Gyms are essential. So she actually sat down yesterday and spent like hours making these, just like writing them up and writing them up, because if the cops do come and try to shut us down, we're gonna get all of our members to grab a sign. We're gonna stand up at the front. We're gonna hoorah, hashtag the chant, Free BC, and stand up to the fucking mandates. So
Free BC.
I fucking love it. There we go, right? So why am I telling all of you guys this? All right, I've hinted at it a couple times already, but after getting my body and my mindset in a better position over the last 6 months only, and from watching Patty in Vegas, all right, I want to do a little flashback to fucking Patty in Vegas, watching him step on stage, and supporting Brian, watching Brian step on stage twice back to back in Calgary and then in Vancouver. It inspired me to do another show. All right, so I sat down with Don and we spoke it over. We went through the prep, we went through the amount of time that we had to compete. We're 20 weeks out to the May 22nd BC Cup in Kamloops, British Columbia now. So it took a little bit of convincing of myself to do this fucking show, but the reason why I wanted to do it is because I just want to challenge my body again. And I want to get back into a place where when I'm looking in the mirror and when I'm looking at myself, I feel happier. And I know I don't need to do that with competing. I don't, okay? It's not something that like really matters, but I want to do it because competing was such a fucking like life-changing thing for me. It completely changed my life. It made me feel amazing about myself. It helped me go from, again, an addict to somebody who loved what they looked like in the mirror. So I'm gonna utilize that same thing and I'm going to introduce it back into my life so I can step into my power again. So guys, we just finished up the upper body day. So again, we did a pull workout and now I'm gonna do a little bit of posing. So this is something I did through every single one of my preps, okay? I'm super, super anal when it comes down to my posing because I just, again, I don't understand why you would spend weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks perfecting your nutrition, perfecting your workouts, going through the progressive overload, like taking yourself to failure, being so meticulous with exactly what you're putting in your body food-wise, but not learn how to present your physique properly. It's something that it burns me in my soul when I go to Patty's show or when I went to Brian's show or when I saw Nick step on stage and I would see individuals up there with like beautiful physiques, just like works of art for their bodies, for lack of a better term, looking like shit because they don't know how to fucking pose. So they're putting their bodies in like weird, awkward positions and it throws them off. So I did this for my last 3 shows. Okay, Brian and myself have done it for his shows. We've helped our friends do it. So I usually end up doing anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes of posing at the very beginning, kind of get an adjustment, get an idea of what I want to look like, what I want to present my body as on stage. And then the closer I get, the more I do. All right, usually right before the show, I'll do anywhere from like 30 minutes to 40 minutes of posing a day. Random different things, holding individual poses, being able to stand there for like a minute or two so you end up looking like that statue, like our boy Patty did up on stage at Worlds, where he's just literally like this, just diced out of his fucking mind. That's the entire fucking goal. So I'm gonna run through a little bit of posing right now, play with a routine that I'm gonna be doing, or that I might want to do, and then I'm gonna maneuver forward. So my main pose that I like to do is this one. So what I end up doing is I come up on my toes, guys, I shift all my weight into my right side, and then it's this right here. So right here, and this is my main one. Transitioning in. So that'll be the base of it. That's what we're gonna be working with. We're gonna be playing around with it, and I'm just gonna drill it multiple times, drill getting into it, feel what it's like, play with the mirror at the beginning. For the first couple of weeks of me going through this stuff, I'm gonna play with the mirror so I can visualize what I'm looking at, so I can feel how my body feels in every individual position. And then the closer we get to the show, the less I'm in the mirror. The closer we get to the show, the less I'm in the mirror. And I'll transition from the mirror to my phone, where I'll be putting my phone up and I'll be recording myself. And then after I do a routine, I'll be coming back and I'll be watching the video and I'll be going through everything. And I'll be breaking it all down. I'll be like, you know what? I didn't like that, redo it. I didn't like that, redo it. And I'll be sending it to Patty. I'll be sending it to Brian. I'll be sending it to people that I respect their opinion on when it comes down to posing, to get a different outside perspective instead of only doing it myself. We got Big B here right now.
Oh, we got Big B and we got fucking Taj.
Oh, what's up?
Taj, say hi to the vlog, Taj.
Actually, I might as well tell him the news right now, right? We might as well tell him the news right now. So Taj, so what I'm doing right now is a gym vlog because I've finally decided to get out of my own head and I'm competing again May 22nd in a natural show.
I love that we just walked in here and Cole just continues the vlog, just doesn't skip a beat.
Nah, bro, this is what we do. This is what we do, man. I'm a fucking natural on camera. His face needs to be on here. It's all good. It's fine.
I ain't natural, I'm enhanced. Me and Taj were just talking about competing, bro. That's so funny.
Were you?
Yeah, he's like, what's your, he's like, what are you gonna do for competing? Because by the way, I'm a pro and you're not. Fuck you.
Dude, look at that fucking beard, eh? You're looking good with that shit. Look at this guy right here. Look at that shit. You're looking decent. You gotta get a little bit more. You gotta get a little bit more thickness to the side. You're a little choppy there, but it's not bad.
Y'all are a bunch of pansies. It's all about the clean shaven look.
The only reason why you're clean shaven is because you can't grow a beard.
Exactly, clean shaven.
That's
clean, bruh.
That's
You're
not
dirty. You're dirty.
Tries to grow a beard, and it's literally the most patchy thing ever. I'm like, get that shit off your fucking face. You look like a sewer rat. I'm like, no more. All right, no more, bro.
A sewer rat. Give me that phone back.
As I was saying, guys, something I wanted to say, and something that's going to sound cheesy to a lot of you guys because it's just a cheesy line in general, is the fact that I'm honestly going into the show 100% for me. Not a trophy, not anybody else, not fucking first place, not overalls, not fucking third place. I don't care. I literally don't give a fuck. And one of the main reasons why I have this mentality is, first off, again, competing at a very bad place in my mind for a long time after my third show. It took so long for me to work through this mindset, and if it wasn't for Brian and Patty, I wouldn't have got here. Like watching them and like being engulfed in the life of competing again, it just helped reignite that fire and like show me the positives of it. So the reason why I'm not going into the show trying to expect a trophy or trying to expect to win is because I know that if I go in with that mentality, like being out of the fucking competing game, not taking my fitness seriously for the last X amount of years, I'm most likely going to disappoint myself. And again, it's not for a trophy. It's not for anybody else. It's for me to prove to myself that I can do anything that I fucking want to, and I can take my body back to that position. Because again, like whenever I looked at myself, regardless if I was a little bit bloated, regardless if I was holding on to a little bit of water, I always instantly was like, you're fucking fat, you're ugly, you're fucking looking like shit, you don't look good, you're like, I was just so toxic. So I'm committing to killing that fucking mindset by showing myself that I can literally do anything. And I'm already doing it with Instagram, I'm already doing it with TikTok, my content's blowing up all over the place, our business is fucking exploding, the gym is fucking super successful, everything else I'm doing is fucking working perfectly, all right? So as soon as I started to think that way, I'm like, well, like, dude, you can do anything. Like, fucking get the fuck out of your head and get back into it. Now, I know that I have a lot more fucking tattoos than the average individual. My entire fucking right leg is now tattooed completely. You guys saw that on the fucking last couple vlogs. This entire arm, this chest, so it's gonna be a little bit harder for me to show my shreds and show my physique. But again, I don't give a fuck. Because if my tattoos stop me from winning first place, who cares? I'm not getting up there for first place, I'm getting up there for me. And again, I know it sounds corny, but it's the fucking truth, and I needed to say it to you guys, all right? So you know how it is, okay? It's going to be me versus me. All right, last time I stepped on stage, it was first place and overall champion, and that was cool because I went back to my hometown, but it's not about that anymore. It's about beating the old me, crushing that mindset, stepping into my new fucking power. So make sure you follow my Instagram. There's gonna be a lot of updates on there, and make sure you're subscribed to this fucking channel. Like the video and comment below if you're excited to watch me step on stage in my 22nd. Let's get it popping.